Hi Aquarius, how are you doing? How are you doing, honestly? Hope that you're well. Do love Aquariuses. You guys are so cool. Okay, so actually Aquarius rules my 7th house, so maybe that's why. But yeah, hope that you're really well. And it's been a little while since I've been on YouTube, but I'm back for the fun of it because I enjoy it. So yeah. Happy belated. I think you just missed your birthday. And Happy New Year as well. I hope this year is a beautiful one for you. So Aquarius, let's go ahead and look at your general and money issues. I've already had one card popping out. What's it saying? 7 of Wands. So you're standing your ground on an issue. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Standing your ground on an issue. Which may mean the end to a difficult situation. Okay. So standing your ground may also result in the end, yeah, of something. And maybe you're trying to stop something happening that's kind of inevitable. That's going to end regardless. What's going on here? You see that? Oh, 10 of Cups. Very much welcome. Very much welcome. And the Page of Wands as well is also really good for the near future. 2 of Swords, you're cutting things out. People, places, things, as they say. All the nouns. Oh, let's see what this is saying. Another fire energy. Let's go ahead and just pull 3 cards from the top. Aquarius. So that you can't see over here. You can just about see. So let's see. So an inevitable end. It was going to end, right? Whatever this situation was, it was going to come to an end because it was a situation maybe that could not be sustained in your life anyway, because you seem to maybe have been going in a completely different direction to where these other people were or where this situation was going. You seem to be at odds a little bit with these people or with this situation. This could also mean, I feel for some reason I'm getting that you stood your ground in a situation which has kind of caused the end of a competition, and you've basically won out, like you won the competition. Okay. Not through, definitely not through anything, it's definitely through you standing your ground, believing in what you believe in, not giving up, not allowing anyone to tell you that you can't do something or this thing is not for you, or things like that, or you just can't do that. People may be doubting you, not necessarily doubting you per se, but doubting the idea, not really seeing that it's possible, just lots of naysayers. This would also be a situation where you were in a particular position and someone tried to take your spot. And it's like, no, this is my arena. This is my space. This is what I do. This is me all here, and I feel like maybe that has caused the end of a difficult situation. Okay, with the 10 of Swords. But it has ended. You may feel stabbed in the back as well, that someone would even do that to you, that someone maybe would try and take your spot or try and challenge you in this way or try and tell you that you can't do something. So yeah, there's still kind of that feeling of being let down, and just feeling as well like you may feel like you just can't be bothered anymore to even, like you may be at a point where you're just done with the arguments, if there are any. And there is the 5 of Wands here as well in your how people see you. So that does talk about arguments. It does talk about other people possibly competing with you or at least challenging um, challenging you, you know. But you here, you're as happy as Larry with the Ten of Cups. You're very happy. Success. Life is sweet. Life is sweet. When you ignore all the arguments, life is sweet. When you ignore all the distractions and negativity and you just focus on what you love, life is really sweet. Family is good. So I think you're in a really, really good space. People around you, though, may feel that there's still some sort of conflict, and it does seem to be a challenge for you as well, kind of getting over this conflict or moving forward from here. I think right now the best that I think you seem to be doing is just standing your ground. You're not really pushing back, you're not fighting back, you're just standing your ground and saying, no, this is me. Okay. Which could, like I said, cause an ending. Seven of Cups is subconsciously. So you're so again, like you're standing still. Again, there's another seven. So with the two sevens here, I have to say, don't make any major decisions right now if you can possibly help it. Give it some time, wait on it. And I think with the sevens, it often talks about a bit of a standstill. You're not moving. You could be defending something, or you could be pondering about how you're going to move forward. But it's definitely this kind of reflection and standing still energy with a lot of the sevens. So yeah, needing to reflect. Yeah, and I think that what you're doing is you're not taking any action. You are just slowly counting your pennies or counting your pounds or counting your dollars or whatever it is, your pesos, whatever. You're counting and biding your time and really thinking about your next steps to make sure that your next step is meaningful and is in line to, your overall Ten of Cups, because you're feeling very happy right now, and I think you don't want to mess that up, obviously. So you are thinking carefully about your next steps, but your next steps are looking amazing with the Page of Wands. Very good, lots of opportunity, lots of new beginnings, lots of fun, new people, learning new things. Like, you get to explore with this card, anything that you've been curious about. So yeah, there'll be a new project or something new coming in that really kind of sparks your curiosity and your intrigue, and you're inspired, and it just makes you happy. And in the past, we have got the Queen of Cups. This could be the person that you were dealing with, someone that maybe was a water sign, who was, maybe they did have your best interest at heart. They did love and care for you, but it just, maybe you just didn't align. So yeah, so this person can have been like, I really, really want you to go to college and study, and I've saved up all my money for you. Like your mum, for instance, or family member, like, has really been rooting for you to maybe go to college, say, as an example. And you're like, well, no, actually, I'm a singer, or I'm an artist, or I make things, or I really like landscaping, or I'm really into other things that I really love and I'm really good at. And I make good money from it, or at least I make enough to live on, or I will be soon. You know what you want, and maybe someone else's has kind of questioned that or challenged that in some way. This could also be with the Queen of Cups that that your heart kind of opened in some way as well, and that you are following your heart more. This could also have all been kind of started by someone who helped you open up your heart space or helped you reconnect to what you do love. Hmm. Okay, so Two of Swords here. Yeah, so I feel like you have learned something recently in this situation that has kind of opened up your mind and eyes to the situation. um, and has kind of made you now think about what you now need to cut out. You've realized now that maybe you need to create some more space for the things that you actually do want to do. So there is a kind of culling, especially with the Three of Wands here. There's the overall energy. There is kind of turning your back on certain things and moving forward towards the things that you do love and like. The Two of Swords again talks about be patient, don't take any action right now, think about it really carefully. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What resources do you have available to you? Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years' time? Maybe even make a 5-year plan and see how what you do now could get you there. But again, it's a card of pause. Even the Three of Wands is a card of pause, where you're waiting for your ships to come in. So there is a waiting period here. And I think really the Ten of Swords does bring that energy. The Ten of Swords is not something that's over in a flash. It is usually something that will take months sometimes for you to make peace with, and find the jewel of knowledge or jewel of the lesson in it. Because you first have to go through all the heartbreak and the disappointment. So, but I think there is definitely clarity being attained here, slowly but surely. But I think Spirit is saying don't jump to conclusions though. With the Two of Swords, you don't see everything. Okay. So, yeah, as I said, people see you as someone who's kind of beating out the competition or is quite competitive. Yeah, someone who's not afraid of a fight as well. Someone who's not going to back down very easily. Yeah, and I think you're just hoping for justice. You're hoping that, yeah, you're hoping for justice. Yeah, I think you want to make the right decision. Now, the Justice card talks about finding your own inner truth. What's your truth? Your inner truth? What's really on your heart? You know, um, and I think that's what you're fearing. I think you're really quite, it looks like with the Justice card here, you are quite nervous about making that decision because you don't want to get bad karma from it. That's what it looks like to me. Like you don't want to, and that's why Spirit is saying, okay, well, pause. Really make sure you're making the right decision before you just move forward and do something, and that actually it isn't well thought through. Okay, so, but either way, right now where you're at, you know, is really good, and what's coming is really good too. Okay, regardless of what decision that you're making, there's still lots of good things coming in, and your current energy is very, very good. Okay, so maybe that could be what you're thinking, like, well, why would I kind of rock the boat in that way? Maybe all I need to do is just, do a little bit of pruning, maybe cut a few things or people out, not really out, but distancing yourself, maybe giving more energy to certain people, other things. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, like a small, because the Two of Swords and the Scissors is like a small, like you're just sewing and you're just kind of clipping little bits off, It's not like a huge guillotine or, you know. So it's more about pruning, I feel, as well. Maybe it is a case as well of little bit at a time. Especially with the Page of Wands, it's very much about it's this learning process. So it is about small steps as well. As you do things, do them in a kind of not a head first kind of way, but in a more curious way. So you're more information gathering rather and allowing that information to allow you to take out what doesn't need to be there anymore and go with what is working. Yeah. And go with, yeah, towards what you think is really fair. So the overall outcome here is the Knight of Wands. So we can see here that you will be absolutely able to charge forward hopefully by the end of March or at some point in the near future. There will be a time where you will, forge forward, you will pioneer something new and really kind of go after your dreams. If you know that you're good at something, regardless of what people are saying, it's like eventually you do get to a point where you do actually go after it, I think. And the three of coins here again talks about laying that foundation, doing those first steps, talking to the right people, getting the right resources in place, and things like that to create the right environment, atmosphere, and situation to help your dreams grow. And then we've got the Nine of Wands, resilience. So you are going to be resilient, strong. Again, more fire energy here for you. Could be a fire sign close by as well. That could be a great help to you as well, Aquarius. And then we've got the Temperance card, which I don't think is Aquarius. I think Temperance is Sag. Yeah, it's Sag. But it does remind me of the Star card though. I always get these cards mixed up in this deck. I definitely get Star card energy with this card, and I get Temperance energy as well with the Star card. Anyway, off topic. Yeah, balance. Balance is key. Healing, fairness, patience. This is going to be a slow process, I think, okay, as you move forward. And I think that the universe is deliberately doing that to make sure that you do things properly, and you do, not that you wouldn't, I know you would. You're great. Okay. But yeah, it's just making sure that you not just do things properly in the way you do, like as a criticism. I'm a Virgo, forgive my choice of words, but it's more of you really doing things properly, like as in not just rushing towards one goal, but really thinking about how those steps are gonna impact other areas of your life. And also seeing it as a bit of a holistic approach. That's what I really want to say, for want of a better word. It's more of a holistic approach to your growth. This is still about kind of keeping that work-life balance and following what you love and listening to your heart and being patient. And basically you're following your destiny, which means that you're working on divine timing. So that as well. Okay. So let's see. Oh, the Devil cards popped out and the Tower cards popped out. Crikey. And the Hangman is there. So again, patience. Tower card and Devil card. Wow. So this could be representing this Ten of Swords energy that's coming to an end. And it could have been about control. It was quite a big ending. Yeah, I think that you wanted to kind of make a Tower card move. Like you wanted to do something that maybe was quite different from maybe a previous path that you were on or other people's expectations or whatever. But it's very different. It's groundbreaking. It is something new. And I feel like you've gained a whole new perspective out of this as well. I feel like your mind has been renewed or overhauled. I cannot find the words today, sorry. But it's like, yeah, it's like, there's been like a renewal of the mind as well. A refreshing of the mind where before you maybe carried lots of doubts, or like I said with Seven of Wands, people maybe have been putting doubt and trying to say you can't do something. And maybe, and even just limiting beliefs. You could have really had those beliefs that, I can only do certain things. Oh, I'm a 20-something woman living in such and such a country with this kind of available income and and other specifics or description. And you may feel like someone like me can't do that. That's just not something that I can do. That's maybe how you thought before, but it's like now it's like you seeing things completely different. You're like, actually, no, I can do all these things. Actually, I can do way more. Actually, this whole book of my old beliefs needs to be thrown out, actually, and I need to write a whole new one, because maybe you've come to some sort of awareness as well that these limiting beliefs, and that's what this Ten of Swords could be about as well. It may not be someone in particular. It could also be your own thoughts. your own limiting beliefs that you're now leaving behind, turning your back on, and recognizing that they were always just holding you back. And in fact, it could have been no one else that was holding you back but yourself. Yeah. So that is also why maybe, and as we go on our destined paths, that's usually what happens, that we're often turned inwards and we're asked to kind of work through and do that shadow work and work through what's actually holding us back, because our destiny isn't just about success and having this dream realized. It's also about you becoming a realized person and developing yourself as a person, to become who the universe always wanted and destined you to be as well. Just like the rose has a purpose, you have your own purpose and you have a specific design and purpose. And sometimes I think early in life especially, we get thrown off course because of experiences that we have, and also adopting beliefs of our culture, family, friends, work, as well, that then take us so far off our path that we don't even see it anymore. And then when you do get realigned, you kind of carry along these negative beliefs as well. And you have to kind of learn how to kind of get rid of them in order for you to continue down your path. And you're always going to continue down your path. It just might be a bit slower because you need to kind of go through those things. So I'm kind of getting that vibe of this reading. But the good news is, the Three of Wands, is that the overall energy is that you are turning your back on something and really looking towards the future. And I feel that you do feel like it's a lot more brighter, and I feel like you're really happy about this. So that's your reading. I love you. Take good care, Aquarius. I'll speak to you later. Bye.